with a 3-minute meditation. As you come to sit or lie down, just start to feel where your center is. So that might be your belly if you're lying flat. If you're upright, just move forward, back, side to side, until you come to where you consider to be your center. Feel the weight of your bones on the earth, and then just start to elongate the spine. Very softly close your eyes now and just focus on your next deep breath in. And then just lightly part the lips as you focus on the breath out. In nearly all the ancient wisdom traditions, the primary focus of awareness is the breath. So this is a simple breath by breath awareness. Breathing in through the nose. Feel the sensations of breath on nostrils. Breathing out through the nose if you can. And to facilitate this, let the tongue roll up to the roof of the mouth. And if we say we're going to be here for 2 minutes, that can be quite overwhelming. So can we just focus on the next 12 breaths? Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose. And as we focus on the breath, we'll probably soon notice that the mind starts to drift and do its thing. Planning, remembering, daydreaming. The first teaching of the Buddha was simply to repeat, I am breathing in, I am breathing out. So try that for the next few breaths if you have a busy mind. And now we're just approaching our final minute. I'm going to sit with you quietly now, focusing on feeling of breath, sensation of breath, or simply repeating, I'm breathing in. And now just concentrate on the next 2 breaths in and the next 2 breaths out. So just maybe that might have driven you crazy, or it might have helped you focus your mind a little bit. And today's practice is all about focusing. And to do that, we're going to practice the pose of Garudasana, eagle pose, a really good pose for that. So have fun with it, allow yourself to fall over. Let's breathe in now as we sweep the arms all the way up to the sky, focusing on your thumbs. Take a deep breath in as you look up. As you exhale, bring the hands down to the heart space. Inhale, sweep the arms up again. Nice, slow, steady movements. As we exhale, tilt to your right and get the left arm up. And now can you just slightly turn your right rib cage a little bit more up towards the sky as you deeply, deeply lean to the right. Take a deep breath all the way down to the left waist. Inhale, rise up. Now take that left hand behind you and the right hand in front as you come into a twist. And again, really deeply elongate the spine as you breathe deeply into the tummy. This is where we change it up a little bit. With your right hand, press that left thigh to the side. Now do another side stretch, slightly stronger. So the right hand presses you one way, you lean to the left. Take a deep breath in. And now bring this left hand to the knee. So we're crisscrossed on the elbows. And as you inhale, take a little cat pose. As you exhale round, just like cat and cow. Do that 2 more times. And there's a nice phrase where the awareness goes, the energy flows. So where we focus is what we get. So focusing on steady, calm movements. Let's lift up these hands now and give ourselves either a little hug. The left arm should be on top. Or maybe you take eagle arms. So wrapping right arm into the left. Breathe in as you lift those arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, bring elbows towards your waist. Do that 2 more times. So even though we're focusing and using this pose, it's a good stretch for our shoulders. Next time the elbows are level with your chin, move the arms to the right. Just check my microphone. But keep your head facing forward. And just pause there. You might just get a little stretch in the outer left shoulder. Take a deep breath into that space. And then release the arms. Take them really wide as if you're pushing open lift doors. And then bring the hands back. Then lean back and crisscross your legs the opposite way. Inhale, rising up. This time, focus on the thumbs. Pick one thing to look at. Exhale, lean towards the left this time. And as you press into that left hand again, can you just rotate your left ribcage up? And breathe all the way down the right side. Inhale, we rise up, taking a little twist. Right hand behind, left hand forward. Elongate the spine and breathe deeply. And now a stronger side stretch. Press that left hand against the right thigh and reach the right arm up and over. And breathe into that right side again. Now we bring the hand to the knee. And once again, we do cat and cow spinal movements. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, suck the belly in as you come back. Inhale, lift. Exhale to round. And then give those arms a length. This time the right arm is on top. Again, you might just give yourself a lovely hug. Or take the arms around. So it's quite a funny little bias, but great shoulder stretch. Breathing in when you tuck. Exhale, we tuck down. 2 more times. And as we pause there, now we're going to move the arms to the left. So again, you might just feel a little stretch in the right. Notice if you feel one side and not the other, because that's telling you where your tight shoulder is. Take a breath. And open. Spread those arms out wide. This time, take the fingers behind you. And as you inhale, lift up out of the waist. Roll your shoulders back. Take a deep breath into the center of the upper chest. Pause at the top and breathe in some more. And then let go of everything you want to let go of. So we've got spring just around the corner. And we're choosing what are we focusing on as we go into this time of expansion. So mindfully placing your hands underneath your shoulders, knees under hips. Start to tap into this spring energy. As you breathe in, the heart is open. We're blossoming. We're blooming again. Exhale round and tuck the chin. And do this. So again, notice where your focus goes. Is it always to scenarios of doom and gloom? Or is it about all that we have to be grateful for, maybe things to look forward to? Just notice. Because whatever we focus on is what shows up. So you might take this to a little swing side to side now, just moving into your body. Just going to stretch our shoulders a little bit more now. As the left hand comes underneath your face, breathe in as your right arm rises to the sky. Exhale, right wrist comes behind left wrist. Inhale, opening up like a flower, reach and spread fingers. Exhale, right wrist behind left wrist. Final time, inhale, we lift. Now we feed this right arm underneath. So we're putting a little bit of body weight there onto our right shoulder. Find steadiness there, and then you might lift up your left hand and wrap it around onto the right thigh. So still breathing into the heart space. And if you want to really enhance your focus, you might take your left leg back. And falling over is part of the fun, so that can be toes down or toes up. Generally, we're not thinking about paying the bills when we're doing this. So just focus on the pose, the breath. 2 more breaths. There is something a bit mad about that shape, isn't there? Let's take the knee down. Let's take the hand down. Let's come back to all fours. And again, just visualize your heart opening, blossoming as you breathe in again. Let's come into the cow. As we exhale, let's round into the cat. Two more times. Like a cat. And come to stillness. So this time it's the left arm we're going to lift up. As we breathe in, we lift that left arm. As we exhale, wrist behind wrist. Inhale, open, blossoming. Exhale, wrist behind wrist. Final time, inhale, lifting up. And as we exhale, we take the left cheek to the ground this time, as well as feeding our arm. So we press on the shoulder. We get lots of fresh blood then when we come out into our tissues. Maybe right arm lifts and wraps around you. Take your time. Maybe you extend the right leg. It doesn't make you any happier whether you do or don't, but just explore body shapes. Maybe lift up. Breathing in and breathing out. And we gently land. Well done. Let's come all the way up to fours, especially well done if you fell over. Let's come all the way up now to our first downward facing dog. And in downward facing dog, make your arms so long as you press the hips all the way up to the sky. And then lift up your heels, lower the heels. Lift up one heel, press the other heel down, vice versa. And then come into a nice still downward facing dog. Let the head be heavy as you look towards the feet and breathe into your whole body. Ripple your way forward now to the top of a push-up and then lower down to the earth. And just for now, take your hands off the mat. So you're pressing into your fingertips, elbows face the sky. And as you breathe in, ripple yourself up. As you exhale, ripple yourself down. And just do a few of these, just again, a little bit more of our shoulders involved than just the normal back bend. Now as you lift up, turn to look over your left shoulder and take your right ear towards the ground. Inhale, roll that right shoulder back. Take your left ear to the ground. So kind of rolling the shoulders and turning our head a little bit too. And then let's just do one more in the center. Press into your fingers, lift up the heart. Stay for an extra breath. And let's come down. Really nice. Hands underneath the shoulders. Let's come all the way back to downward facing dog. Spread your hands, press your feet down. Breathing in, the right leg rises. As you breathe out, right foot comes between the hands. Drop your left knee and then breathe in, arms lift towards the sky. Straight into eagle arms again. Elbows are wide. Take a deep breath. Left arm on top of right. Breathing in, lift up those forearms. As you exhale, bow towards the ground. Do two more of those. Make sure you're pressing firmly into that right foot. And now open those arms wide and let's take a twist. Left hand down, right arm lifts. Take a huge breath in. Look towards that right thumb. And take your hand down. Let's come back to downward dog. And if you wish, you can come through a vinyasa now. Normal cobra. Breathing your way forward, lower to the earth. Breathe your way up. Back into downward facing dog. And take a breath. Let it all go. Inhale, we rise. Focusing on breath. Exhale, we fold. Final time. Inhale, we rise. And then we unravel the arms as we take a twist. Focus on the left thumb now as you take 3 deep breaths. Dog, and either stay in down dog or cat and cow or come through a vinyasa. All choices are good choices in yoga because all benefits. Every place have benefits. 3 deep breaths. And you might lightly step or hot water. Breathe in, take a flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale all the way up. And sun salutation, just to get things moving. Inhale, hold, look to your toes. Step back right, then left. Cobra, look to the third eye. Look towards the toes or the tummy. 3 deep breaths. So where we look, where we focus is called dristi. In yoga, it stops our eyes from being distracted. Lift up your heels, soft bend in the knees, step or hop towards the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back, tip of nose. Exhale, fold, look at toes. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Look at thumbs. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time, going through with breath. Inhale, rise, look up. Exhale, fold, look down. Inhale, lengthen spine. Step back left, then right to to plank pose. Lower to the earth. Breathe your way back up. Coming back to downward facing dog. And traditionally in down dog, the dristi is the stomach, but it might serve your neck better to look at your big toes. Just choose one place and take 2 breaths. Gaze forward, step or hop towards the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale to fold. Press into your feet, rise up. Hands to the heart center. So we're just going to come into our sequence today. We're going to do this twice and add on. You might need your bricks. So bricks, blocks, all good literature at the front of the mat. As you inhale, sweep the arms up, look at your thumbs. As you exhale, fold, look at your toes. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Press into your feet. Lift the arms all the way up to stand. Hands to heart. What we're doing now is taking our left foot in front of the right foot. So the little toes touch. It's the same pattern, but this will suddenly become more tricky for the hamstrings. So press into your feet, breathe in, arms lift up. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, long spine, look up halfway. Exhale to fold. Now as we inhale, can we pick up our left knee? So we're in what we call staff pose, standing in the balance. Spread the toes. Maybe look up back to a warrior 3. So balance is really enhance our focus. Look forward. You can always have your hands on the floor. 2 breaths. And let's land in the lunge. Begin with your hands on your hips now as you dip down and come back up again. So steady, steady. Keep pressing into the feet if you're wobbly. Now lean back and take your arms into an air right hip. Now this left arm is going to circle forward and open into warrior 2. So with warrior 2, we've got a bent front knee. It's over the middle toes. Can we just take the fingers behind you? Roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to take the head towards the front foot. And now really firmly press into your back foot because that's doing a lot to hold you up. Take 3 deep breaths. Pick yourself up and lift the arms out. Take a breath in. And now let's reverse the warrior. Left arm down, right arm rises. Breathe all the way into the right side of the body. So relatively straightforward first round. Let's come all the way up now. Let's frame our front foot and bring yourself through a vinyasa. So remember, you can always skip these if you're tired today. As long as we're connecting with the breath, that's the yoga. Take a breath. Sigh everything away. Lift up the heels, look forward. Step or hop towards the front of the mat. Breathing in, flat back. Breathe out to fold. Breathe in all the way up to stand. Now take hands to heart. So this time the right leg is going to cross in front of the left. Press the feet. And what tends to happen is the right hip wants to swing forward. So can you bring it back so it's level with your left hip? Inhale, we raise the arms up. Exhale, we come to a fold. Inhale, take a flat back. Exhale, fold. And this time as we stand, we're lifting up our right knee too. So expect a wobble. Inhale, rise up. And then take the hands to your heart. Find that balance again. Extend the right leg back. Spread the toes, gaze forward. 2 breaths. And then like an aeroplane, take those fingers behind you and drop the back toes down. Hold on to your hips. Breathing in, we come up. Exhale, we come down. So really squeeze those hips in. And notice where your focus might have gone to. Has it gone to a part of your body you're not happy with? Just notice. Lean forward now as you take those fingers back and draw a big circle with that right arm to take you into warrior 2. Reach into your fingers, the front knee is bent. Now let's interlace the palms behind. Breathing in, lift the heart, lift the chest. Exhale, folding into your warrior 2. So quite a strong one for the hips again. Now just focus on breathing. That's the only thing we need to focus on. Inhale, we rise. We unravel the arms. Take a deep breath in. And now let's reverse the warrior again. Long line from left waist to left fingers. That's where we're breathing. And let's come through the vinyasa. We're going to rest then in child's pose. So you might choose to go straight there, or you might come through a flow first of all. And I've heard that this is called nugget pose. It's just slightly different. Can you feed the hands between your legs and rest them onto the soles of the feet? And notice what that does to your shoulders. Take a breath or two there. And then feed the arms through the outside of your knees, holding onto the feet there. 3 deep breaths. And then let's come out. We're going to come into a version of dolphin pose. So this is a good stretch for our shoulders. Take your forearms down and hold on to your elbows, and then open your arms up. So you're making a little triangular base. Now, some people can do this with the arms parallel, but that's quite strong. So we'll start here. Interlace your fingers, and it's like downward dog, but your forearms are down. So lift up the hips. Slowly, you might walk the feet closer to you as you really press back into those forearms. Take about 4 deep breaths. And this is always an alternative for you to do instead of down dog if you want to stretch and strengthen the shoulders a little bit more. And then let's just drop onto the knees. Sit back onto the heels. Roll the shoulders back. And just take a moment in this kneeling position now. Perhaps you feel that warmth in the shoulders. Breathe into that space. And now let's come and add on to our sequence. So coming back onto all fours, stretch out the back of your legs in downward facing dog. Perhaps again, you're just pedaling through the feet. And then slowly make your way towards the front of the mat. Breathe in, take a flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale all the way to stand. Hands to the heart. So we're going to throw ourselves straight into it now, into full eagle. So we start the same way. Left foot is the standing foot. Right foot is on top. Sorry, the other way around. Right foot is your standing leg. Left foot crisscrosses in front. Now, this is one way of doing the pose where you don't have to lift your feet off the ground. So you lift up the right heel and you sink. If you're ready for the full pose, see if you can lift up the right foot altogether, And some of you might wrap it around the calf completely. Not an easy pose, so enjoy falling over, really. Once you've established the legs, let's have the arms. We lift the arms up, always opposite arm to top leg. Right arm goes on top, then sink. So find your breath. Notice thoughts. Are we being mean to ourselves because we're falling? Because that's really normal to fall. Just notice. What are you focusing on right now? Just notice your most dominant thought. And we're going to take 4 more breaths. So you've got plenty of time to fall over at least twice more. Now lift up your knees. See if you can keep your arms like this. Again, you can always undo them if it's too much. Now can we come into warrior 3 with the eagle arms? And find your breath again. And from there, straight into warrior 2. Drop that back heel. Open those arms out wide and take 2 breaths. Now lift up your right hand, take it to the back of the neck, and take your left hand and lift up your right elbow. Now this might be where you stay as you stretch your triceps, or just maybe you take the left arm out, palm away from you. See if you can touch those fingers. And if you can, you know better than anybody else, but can you lean back a little bit? Breathing in and breathing out. So much for our shoulders. One more deep breath. Unravel. I'm just going to swap sides. And now bring your right forearm down as the left arm lifts up and over. So coming into a side angle pose. Now you might be able to bind here if you're not sure. What we do is we feed the right arm underneath and we see if we can hold our right hand. So it's quite a tricky one if your shoulders are tight, and then you lean back. So if that's what you're doing, notice if the breath has changed, because that's not a good shape for you if it has. Take 2 deep breaths. Press into the feet, slowly come up. Release the arms, give them a little shake. Then parallel your feet forward. So feet are quite wide now, toes facing forward, breathing in as you grow tall. As you breathe out, come all the way down into a fold. Shake out the head. Just sway forward and back. And soften, soften, soften. And now into the stillness, fix your gaze on one point and take 3 deep breaths. Just notice when we're scattered, our awareness is everywhere, our eyes are everywhere. Just focus on one thing. And breathing in, let's slowly come up. Roll the shoulders back. And pause at the top. Inhale, arms rise up. So star pose. Lean to the right now and just pause when you feel a pull on the left waist and reach a little bit more into the fingers. And then inhale, come up like a big sweepy tree, and then lean to the opposite side. And for this, just focus on your fingertips. Just do 1 more on each side. And then next time you come up, like a full cartwheel now, we're going to come into half moon. So taking your left hand to your hip, turn your right foot forward, but come into it the same way, lean to the side, then, then we lift up the left foot, and then we come all the way down into the more familiar shapes, spreading toes, lifting the left fingers, breathing in. So looking down makes it a little bit easier. And we gracefully come back, or not. Let's go through another vinyasa. So we've just got that to do on the other side, and then we're starting to bring it down a notch. So notice where your focus has gone. We live in an era of stolen focus. We've got so many gadgets and devices taking our attention. Come back to this moment now and focus on one thing. As you breathe out, just
Let it all go towards the front of the mat. Breathing in, take a flat back. Exhale to fold. Little bend in the knees. Breathe in as you lift the arms up and overhead. Exhale. Pause. Close your eyes now. Allow them to softly shut. Just feel the breath in your body. Now we're lifting the left foot in front of the right. So as we... No, we're not. I've done it again. Sorry, not very good focus at all for me. Right leg crosses in front. Take a moment there to breathe, to feel your feet. Now let's bend the knees. So same thing, you might leave your feet down, you might lift up your right heel, you might wrap the right foot all the way around. So good stretch for the calf, Achilles tendon. Arms out wide. This time the left arm is your top. 5 breaths here now, wobbling all night. Lift up your right knee. Coming into warrior 3 with the eagle bind. And land in warrior 2. Opening those arms and then reversing your warrior, breathing in and breathing out. 2 more breaths. Let's lift up. So again, we're going to come into side angle pose. Maybe we take a bind. That forearm comes down and the right arm comes up and over. Reach into those right fingers and then just maybe you see if you can hold on to your left fingertips. Then lean your body back and breathe. 2 more deep breaths. Notice if you're leaning forward that you're closing your heart off. Can't have that. So let's come all the way up now. We're in warrior 2. Left hand to the ceiling, left fingers to nape of the neck. And with your right hand, lift up your right elbow. So this is enough. Or maybe you take your fingers to find the other fingers. And notice now if you're really sticking your tummy out, can you pull it in? Lean back and breathe down that left side of you. Release the bind, come all the way up. Once again, let's turn the feet forward. Breathing in, grow tall. And exhale, come to a forward fold. And again, just fix your gaze on one thing. Find a drishti. And don't let your eyes take your attention anywhere else. Take 3 deep breaths in stillness. And once again, come up halfway, hold on to the hips, all the way up to stand. Breathing in, arms reach up, just focus on your fingertips. This time we're going to go full circle, lean to the left and follow it all the way through. Come up from the right and come up to stand with wide open arms. Reach to the other side, come all the way through and come all the way up. And this time as we come to the left, we're going to turn our left toes as well and come into our half moon balance. Left fingers down, right fingers up. Maybe look up, kick into that lifted heel and create space, because what we're focusing on now as we move into this expansion. Spread fingers, spread toes. And when to open ourselves up, 1 more deep breath. Let's gently, gracefully land. And Pablo Neruda said you can cut all the flowers, but you can't stop spring from coming. As we land in warrior 2, take a breath. Let's come. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. And as you come back to downward facing dog, once again, fix your focus, feet or tummy, and take 3 deep breaths.
And then gaze forward. We're going to do a little step or a hop. And we're going to come to a seated position. Just where we started not that long ago. And as we come to this seated position, let's just start to circle our spine. Breathing in, the heart comes forward. Breathing out, we hollow out the belly. So then there's the Sufi grind. Just do a few one way and then a few the other. And maybe you add a little circle of the neck as well. Just do what feels really good. And then find your center as you spiral inwards. And as you find your center, elongate the spine, lift the chin, do a little swallow, and come back to this moment now. Gather your focus back to center. We all get a little bit scattered. Now let's come on to our back. So as we come onto our back, we're going to hug those knees in. So just going to do a very brief little core sequence because we can't have a strong back and a weak stomach. So we really need to do both for balance. Let's interlace the palms behind the back of the head. As you inhale, lengthen your right leg. As you exhale, lengthen your right leg and tap your right elbow to the left knee. Inhale, you come back. Exhale, do that on the other side. And do that really slowly, 3 more on each side. Again, just focus on your tummy, the center of your stomach, Manipura chakra. And again, it's the slowness, the precision here that really builds the strength. We're not rushing through, wishing it was over. We probably are, but we're focusing on the slowing it down. And then come onto your back, bend your knees and place your feet on the ground. Focus on your feet now, press into the heels and the toes. Roughly, you could touch the back of your heels with your fingers. Now keep the hands next to you as you slowly start to peel up. Vertebrae by vertebrae as you come into a bridge. Then interlace your palms. Perhaps look at your heart. Feel like there's a real sense of expansion there as you breathe in. So our bodies are not used to back bending. We forward fold too much in seating. So can you be here for a little longer than you truly want to? Take about 5 to 6 more deep breaths. Notice where your mind is. Is it wishing it's over? Is it going somewhere else? Just notice. And slowly unravel. And take your feet wide now and your knees together. And just slowly move knees side to side. So we have one more back bend to go. Be really honest now about what your body needs. There are many options. One option is to do the back bend we've just done. Another option is to put a brick or a book beneath your lower back and take a supported bridge. Or if you have the juice and energy, coming into full wheel. So we bend the knees, we lift up our hips. We take the hands by our head and we lift ourselves up into a bigger back bend. So remember, all choices are good if they come from your heart. So wherever you are, about 5 breaths. And then slowly lower yourself down to the ground. And take a moment to land. What happens to your mind as soon as you come down? Do you go immediately somewhere else? Stay focused. The whole practice is the practice, not just the poses. And breathe into this moment. And now let's take a happy baby. So if we can learn from anybody who lives in the present moment, it's the babies. Hold on to your ankles, maybe your big toes. Make sure your shoulders are still on the ground and then just slowly rock from side to side. Maybe open the legs really wide into a V shape. What does that feel like? Just breathe in and really enjoying the body. And then take the feet together as you slowly come up to a seat. So we're going to do some strong hip stretches now. These are not for everybody. We sort of did half of this pose earlier. Take your left leg out in front, nice and long, and then lift up your right knee. And it's as if you're rocking a baby. So just kind of rock it side to side. So we're going to come into what we call Gomukhasana now. But again, be careful with the body. The right knee comes on top of the left knee. Now, this might be for some of you where you stay with a long left leg, or you might lean to the side and take your left foot to the outside of the right hip. So quite a strange pose. If it's really uncomfortable for you, please don't do it. Just take your right shin in front of your left shin. If you are doing it, it's just a slightly stronger hip stretch. So middle fingers either side of you, lift and elongate the spine. Roll the shoulders back. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Every time you breathe out, we're going to add the arms now, which is what we did earlier. We're going to lift up the right arm towards the sky, take the right hand to the back of the neck. So same thing, you're either going to lift up the elbow with the left hand for a tricep stretch, or take the left arm out to the side, thumb down, and then bring it round to meet those right fingers. And lean back into your hands, close your eyes. So if your shoulders are tight, this is not going to be comfortable, so just stick with the and forcing them, and take about 3 to 4 deep breaths. And where we're breathing to is where our fingers touch or where they would touch. And then unravel the hands, circle the wrists a little bit. Take the hands down. Now we're going to take this into a fold. Lengthen your body forward and fold over that right knee. Close your eyes, lightly press into the floor. And where can you let go? That might be a muscle, it might be a thought. Where is your focus? And then let's slowly come up. And as you come up now, wiggle your right hand to the side and let your left arm lift up and over. So coming into a side stretch, breathe all the way down the left side. 2 more breaths. Lift up your left hand. And now we take it into a twist. Left hand rests on that front right knee. Right fingers behind you. Grow tall as you inhale. And then twist so you're looking over your right shoulder. And notice every time you grip and tense those hips. And come back to center. We're now going to change our legs. And a really fun way to do this is to trust your body. Don't listen to the mind. So grow tall, lift up your hips, twizzle yourself around, and then the opposite leg is on top. The moment you think about it, the moment it all goes horribly wrong. So if you've got into a tangle, well done. Just take that right leg long. That's how we get into it. And again, we're rocking the baby. If you're already there, you're already there. But maybe just give that left knee a little rock. And then we're trying to get the left knee up and over. I just find that far too enjoyable, that little twizzle. Let's bend the right knee. So again, we're sitting between the heels. Middle fingers either side of you, like a little kickstand, just to lift your chest, roll the shoulders back, close your eyes, and now drop the hips. And now, as we began in our earlier meditation, just focus on the next 4 breaths. And now let's lift up that left arm towards the sky, breathing in. Left hand comes to the base of the neck. So same thing, it might be that you lift the left elbow with the right hand, or arm out the side, turn the palm so the thumb is down, and then see if you can reach. And we nearly always find a side that's so much more tight than the other one. So lean into it. Try not to close off your throat chakra. 3 deep breaths, breathing to where those fingers would touch. And again, just notice where the mind is. Where are you giving away your focus? And then gently release the hands. Walk them forward. Let's come into a little fold. So bowing over that knee. The further you fold forward, the deeper the stretch for the hips. Let every breath out enable you to sink a little heavier into the hips. And slowly come up. Wiggle the left fingers out to the side this time as we bring the right arm up and over. And just as we began, can you press into the left hand and see if you can just slightly rotate your left rib cage up. And now breathe into the right waist. 3 deep breaths. Breathing in, lift up that right hand. And let's bring it into a twist. As the right hand comes forward, the left fingertips come back and we're breathing into the back of the body. Let's come back to center. And let's just take a little opposite stretch with the hips. Now just take the feet wide, knees wide. And a bit like we did earlier, we're just circling. Just pulling the tummy in. Circle a few one way. And then a few the other. And gradually spiral inwards till you get to your center. Grow tall as you inhale. And as you exhale, just give the back of the legs a little tap. And from there, we're going to make our way into our Shavasana. So coming all the way down onto the ground. As much luxury as you can afford yourself now. You might have a cushion for the back of your head. You might have a bolster for the back of your knees. Do what you can to get very, very comfortable. Because we are going to be here. Now, we're going to be here for 5 minutes today. And then we'll complete the practice. So if you know you need a longer rest, I would advise you to switch off now. And then just stay for as long as you need to. Otherwise, just come to settle the body in a way that just feels comfortable. And when we know what it is we want, when we know where our focus is, we can just trust that we'll get there. We're not giving our energy, awareness away to everything else because we know what we're aligning with. And finishing with a quote today from Rumi, along those lines, when I run after what I think I want, my days are a furnace of stress and anxiety. If I sit in my own place of patience, what I need flows to me and without pain. From this, I understand that what I want also wants me, is looking for me and attracting me. So trust you know what it is that you need. And that's all the focus needs to be on. So right now, let's come back to focusing on one thing at a time, starting with the breath. Feeling the belly rise, the upper chest lift. Breathing out as you soften the shoulder blades and all the features of your face. Just focus on the feeling of breath in body. But know that you are not your body. Now feel the body, feel the shoulder blades, the weight of the hips, thighs, legs, feet. And rest your whole body. But know that you are not the body. As the breath settles and the body is still now, focusing on the thoughts that are passing through you. Can you witness them rather than grab them? And know that you are not your thoughts. And just settle here now for about 2 more minutes, just breathing into your whole body, as you allow the mind to let thoughts come in and then watch them go and go. And start to make your breathing slightly deeper now. Notice the sounds, the sensations, everything back in this moment. And then very slowly yawn the body awake again. Reach those fingers all the way over your head. Maybe you curl into a little ball. Maybe you stay where you are. But eventually we will come into a comfortable seated position. And as you elongate the spine, just take a moment here to focus on what lies ahead, all the joy that is to come. When we allow the mind to stop telling us to worry too much, let's take a deep breath in as we sweep those arms up. Breathe out, let those hands come towards your heart space. Namaste.